If you're looking for an affordable projector that is portable, that can go from the living room to the backyard, and is 4K capable, you're going to want to watch this video. This is EBPMAN Tech Reviews, and today we're going to take a look at the Vivibright J20 4K capable projector that has Android built in. Let's check it out. Now, a few weeks ago, Vivibright reached out to our channel and asked if we do an unbiased review of the Vivibright J20 portable projector. This little guy here weighs under 4 pounds, is just under $700, and has Android built in and a portable battery that's going to allow you to take this anywhere. Plus, it's bright and can display an image of up to 300 inches. You heard that right. So let's get to the specs. We're going to do the unboxing. We're going to test it in our media lab, and maybe this may be your next projector that you'll want to take home with you. Let's get right to it.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the little bell icon to get notified when new videos become available.
Now, before reviewing the specs of the J20, help us continue to grow our channel so that we can bring you more products like these by subscribing, following us on Twitter and Instagram. Let's get right into the details. Now, in the box, you'll have your J20 projector with a remote and a power cord. Now, taking a closer look at the remote, you'll see that this is really similar to what you would find on an Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick. So you have your controls for up, down, left, right, enter, home button, power button, mute button, volume button, all the things that you're used to. So this is going to be an easy remote to start using right out of the box. Now, taking a closer look at the J20 and its specs, what you'll see is that this is a really small projector. You can see as I put my hand on it, it weighs under 4 pounds and it has a native 1080p resolution. Now, we did talk about it supporting 4K, and what that means is that it's able to take 4K input if you have like an Amazon Fire TV and it's giving you a 4K image, or an Nvidia Shield and it's going to give you a 4K image. It's basically going to downgrade it somewhat to be able to display the image on the screen. Now, before you judge that, we're going to see what the image quality is going to look like shortly. The other thing is that this is a hybrid projector, so it uses two technologies to display the image, DLP and LED. Now, the DLP LED is going to give you 1000 ANSI lumens. Now, when you think about that, we're going to have this tested in our media lab test area with lights on and lights off so you can see the overall image quality. So hold off before you move from this video, because you're going to be surprised in how bright this is and how clear the image is. Now, the other thing this projector has is it has a lot of the features of some of the higher end projectors too. So it has auto keystoning, it also has digital focus. But one thing it does not have is adjustment legs. Let me flip this over so you can see it. On the very bottom, you'll notice that it does not have a little wheel, which you typically see on the front or the back, or even these legs don't come out. But what it does have is this area here that's going to give you the ability to put this on a tripod or some other mounting solution. So that's something that you need to consider if you pick up this projector. Now, the battery on this unit is 18,000 milliamp hours, which is going to give you anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours and a half, depending on the brightness. So you can take this outside without any type of power source and stream directly from your phone, or if you have any other device that you want to connect to this. So it's going to give you a lot of flexibility. Now, it does have two speakers, two 10-watt speakers, but I would not really use them as your source of audio unless you're using this in a tent, you're camping outside, and you really don't have any other choice. I'd use another way to get my output. Now, this is running Android as well, so this is going to give you the ability to either natively have Netflix, Hulu, those type of applications, or once again, as you look at the back here, you have your HDMI in. You also have two USB ports. You have, again, audio out, so you see that, so you have optical out. You also have network connectivity. This is your DCN, and then this is your headphones, right? So you can get that audio out. You'll notice it has your venting system right here, and we'll rotate this. More venting here. Here you have your actual lens, and you notice there's no adjustment, there's no focus, as this has digital focus, and it also has digital keystoning. And again, this is going to be able to go around anywhere minimum of 3 feet, all the way up to 22 feet to get around 300 inches. Venting again you have over here, and then we have the back. Now on the top, you do have some controls. So here you have the same controls, and if I were to put the remote here, you'll notice that there's some similarity on the controls here, up, down, left, right, your enter, your input, back, menu, and power button. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually plug this in, power it up, and we'll see this in our media lab. Now, we moved the projector to our home theater setting, so this is going to be very similar to what you would experience in your home. I do have a little bit under 200 inch screen in front of us, and I have the projector resting on a kind of like on a tripod base that you can see right there. So you can see that the lights are on, and this is the level of clarity that you're going to get with the image. Just wanted to give you a sense of what it would look like, and I'm just going to move around a little bit so you can see, different aspects of what's going on here. So as I move up and down, you can see how things get selected. The neat thing about this is that this remote is not a line of sight remote. So I'm going to bring the remote into view right here so you can see it on the side. I'm pointing it down towards the floor, and the remote is still capable. It's still moving around. So a couple things that we'll highlight. First of all, you do have multiple areas that you can go to. So this could work almost like a virtual PC. So you notice that you have presentation capability, mobile office. So if we go into this mobile office, it has kind of like a Word type experience. So it has some office capabilities in here. You do have some productivity. So if I go in here, it has a file browser that you can search. There is an app store. If I were to look at my apps, you can see what comes pre-installed. There's not a lot here that you can play with. This projector, by the way, will support, because it's Android, you'll notice there's Skype here. It is upgradable via firmware from their site, and it also has YouTube installed. So you could put Netflix on here, you could put Amazon, you could put Hulu, you can put all those programs on here to be able to take advantage of it through the App Store. You could also, if you chose, and I'm going to go down here for a second, you could actually sideload applications. So if you choose this little Android guy, you can actually choose where you want to install something from a USB stick. Now at the very bottom, you're also going to notice that you have several things. You have settings, you have the ability to search the web, so it has a built-in browser, file browser, image browser, disk browser. Again, this is your documents. We were just here, so here's this this Office product that we mentioned, right? So it has a lot of different capabilities here if you want to use it in a small office setting, and then also you can run videos. If we were to go into the settings area, just so you can see that, and then we'll finish our tour. We'll go up one more. We'll go in here. As we go into this area here, you'll see that this is very Android-like. So because it is Android, right? So these are all some very familiar settings that you find in, I'd say, programs like or tools like the Nvidia Shield. So this reminds me a lot about how my Nvidia Shield would run. So I'm going to go down to the very bottom, and we're going to find the About. I'm going to hit the About. So this is going to tell us a couple things. It's going to tell us the Android version, so you can see the Android version right here for those of you who are interested. And then you can see the model version of what we have going on. So this would get updated through their software packs, and you can see that there is a system updates button. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to shut down the lights. So we're going to shut down the lights so that we can see what things would look like in a darker environment. All right, so now we have all of the lights off. We do have a sample light source on the side so they can see what I'm doing with the camera. And you can see that colors pop much more. It's pretty bright. Again, the distance from my screen is approximately 4.5 feet. And I'm getting, again, an image that is in excess of 100 inches, as you can see there. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually take a look at some of the menu options. So I'm going to go into the menu so you can see what you have there. So you do have language source. You have source, which is going to give you HDMI or the current Android display mode. How you're using this from a presentation perspective, the sound mode, color temperature, which you can change, aspect ratio, again. And now here's something pretty cool, the projection. Watch this. So you can actually mount this on a ceiling, right? And notice all the different mounting modes that you have. You'll notice this is reverse. So this is if you have it behind the wall and you're projecting towards you as opposed to projecting towards it. And then this is the last setting that we have. So again, image quality is pretty good. It's more than pretty good. It's actually great. And now what we're going to do is we're going to switch to the Nvidia Shield. So I'm going to bring up the menu, and I'm going to change my source, and I'm going to go to my HDMI. So now what you're going to see is this is my Nvidia Shield. Now the Shield is a 4K device. Now you'll notice that on the bottom left-hand corner it says 1080p 60 hertz. Now the Shield is going to be projecting at 4K, but it's downscaling so that it could have the image on screen. Now look at how crisp everything looks on the screen. So you can notice Netflix, all the words are really nice and crispy. And if we were to go into YouTube, we'll be able to see, again, all of the some YouTube videos. Netflix is running. I have Prime Video. So we're going to see how this would work. And you can see how responsive things are from me pressing the remote and then seeing how things pop on the screen. So let's go ahead and go into YouTube and see what things look like. All right, so next what we're going to do is we're going to play a trailer. This is a 4K trailer. So we can see what this is going to look like on this. So let's go ahead and play it. Now, the first thing I can say is that the image quality, again, just is nice. So this is some black and white scenes. We get that. But overall, again, the image quality that you're seeing from this trailer is pretty good. So we'll let this play for a couple seconds, and then we'll switch to something more colorful like a cartoon. All right, now this one is going to really pop. This has more color in it, so you can see the overall performance. And again, this is probably one of my favorite cartoons just because of the overall pop in color. And again, this is with the lights off. So what we're going to do in a couple seconds is we're going to flip on some of the lights so you can see the difference. So this is lights off. And we'll let this continue to play as we switch the lights on so you can see what the lights would look like. So lights are now on, right? Let's go ahead and we'll turn off the lights again. And that's the difference with the lights off. Again, look at the blacks, look at the greens, look at the reds, look how everything pops. So overall, I think this has phenomenal performance. So if you're considering a projector that has the capability to support, again, an input of 4K, even though it's not displaying 4K, I hope you would agree with me that the image quality here is pretty outstanding. So guys, that wraps up our review of the Vivibright J20 portable projector. Let me know what you thought about the image quality, the overall performance of this projector. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.